On today's DNVR Buffs Live, where do things stand with Juju Lewis as we near his commitment date? And also the final My Guys draft before the season. Should be a great one. Let's jump in.
Buff Nation.
Let's go.
Welcome in to DNVR Buffs Primetime, coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm already seeing like Friday vibes in the chat. Got I'm Heaven's Demon wishing everyone a good day. Tanya throwing out a hey y'all. New York City stand up. I just feel like everyone's ready for this weekend.
Yeah, it's the last weekend before camp starts, before we have actual football to discuss.
I love it. I'm in a great mood. I've already played 18 holes today.
Insane.
Shot in the 70s. Made a birdie on 18. It's been a great day so far. Shout out to the guys over at Saturday Neon.
Hell yeah.
Who went out there and played with us. 6:50 a.m. tee time.
Could not be me.
I would normally agree with you. Like when I got to the first tee, I was like, so are the tee box always in this good shape at this time of day? Like everything was just pristine. Those tee times go first every single week. I now understand it. Like making the turn before 10 a.m. was pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm sure. How hyped are you for the Olympics?
I was talking about this yesterday, dude. I used to love the Olympics. Like really love them. I used to plan my days around the Olympics. But my internal Olympic flame has been extinguished. And I don't know why. I think it's because the coverage kind of sucks.
It does suck.
And it's always delayed.
Yep.
I don't do delayed. Since I was a kid, remember when, what was it called? TiVo? Was that the original recording software?
Yeah.
When that came, like, I remember my biological dad would be like, let's go to dinner. I'd be like, what are you talking about, bro? The Broncos game is on. And he would be like, just record it and watch it later. I'm like, no, dude, that is not how this works.
My dad still does it with like F1 races, and I don't know how, because it's like I wake up and there's so much stuff on my phone, like I can't even like avoid it if I wanted to, unless I turned like all my notifications and stuff on.
I know there's a lot of people who live overseas and like the games happen at 2 a.m. their time and they're just like, oh, I'll just record it and wake up. I understand that.
Right.
There's just something about it. I don't know. Like the last Olympics, like Twitter ruined everything for me before the things even aired. And I was just like, well, why would I watch it if I know that like Simone Biles already got the gold or whatever it is?
Right. All right, let's get into it. The latest on Julian Lewis. It's been very quiet. Josh Newberg and Steve Wiltfong on On3 talked about it yesterday, and that's kind of what they led with. It's been too quiet, almost, they said. Steve Wiltfong said that all four teams, USC, Colorado, Auburn, and Indiana, feel good with where we stand, but it does seem like Auburn is dropping off recruiting other guys at this point.
Okay.
But those three still seem to feel pretty good where they stand with Juju.
Auburn, Colorado.
USC, Colorado, and Indiana.
USC, Colorado, and Indiana.
It seems like Auburn's dropping off.
Indiana, what a dark horse.
Well, Tino
Sunseri?
Is it Sunseri?
I don't know.
I think is the quarterback's coach, if not the offensive coordinator at Indiana, and they go way back with Julian.
Yep.
Way back.
Yep. And I mean, maybe that guitar that they gave him to take a picture with really swayed him in that direction. As it relates to Juju, I just once in a while we'll just reach out to people I know that might know something, and I'll just say the feelings are all very positive right now as it relates to Juju. I don't know if anyone's convinced. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of expected to get maybe more of a certain feeling from people, but it feels like things are still very much hanging in the balance. I will say that if I were to handicap it right now, I would put the Buffs in the lead. And then how about this? How long have we been talking about Juju Lewis? 6 months?
Since February, I believe.
So, yeah, 6 months. How did we just now find out that Cordell Stewart has been a longtime mentor of his?
I don't know, but that tweet has now since been deleted also.
Tweet and delete. That's Juju's specialty.
He just likes to drop little hints and then just get rid of it. Just, if you saw it, you saw it.
Leave the tracks and then cover them up.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, and I think Matt H ended up digging up an old tweet where someone asked him why he wears number 10, and he brought it back to Cordell and then 2 other coaches that he had worked with had worn 10.
Yeah.
So I think he originally was going to wear 12 and then ended up switching to 10 because of Cordell and a couple other influences. That just came out of nowhere.
Joshua in the chat says Tino is Sal's son.
Tito Sunseri, yeah. Interesting.
And Vinny is a running backs coach, I think, with the Patriots, too.
Is Robert Morris in the chat the Tennessee guy? You know who I'm talking
Robert
about?
McVall? I know exactly who you're talking about.
Bad decision, young man.
Yes.
I don't know why there's a lot of bad.
That guy's the biggest Colorado fan I've ever seen.
I don't know why I just get a kick. Every time I open a post and he's under there, I kind of giggle.
He's all over him, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another thing that we can talk about here with Juju. And we've been following offers, kind of like breadcrumbs, leading us on the right trail, hopefully. And this one came out yesterday. Colorado is offered 2025 4-star cornerback Shamar Arnaud from Carrollton, Georgia, who is currently committed to USC.
Uh-oh. A poaching is in progress.
Yep.
All right. I like that. Yeah, this is I think it's going to come down to the wire a little bit. But I feel good about where we are.
Robert says we met in Fort Worth. I remember Robert now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that it was Robert McVall. I just saw Robert, and then he said he's playing y'all, so that didn't seem like a Buffs fan's response. Sorry, Robert.
Robert McVall could be anyone, though.
It could be.
It might be a fan from Buff, like a double undercover agent. Could you imagine?
Double agent, dude. Robert McVall is actually kind of a legend. I'm not going to lie.
But Shamar Arnaud is ranked a 4-star composite player, 397th overall player, 32nd overall cornerback, of course, from Georgia. Committed to USC, though. Do you have any expectations for when this wraps up?
What day is it? July 26th. I will say this wraps up within the next 2 weeks. But that is not going to be it being wrapped up. But I will say there will be a development in the next 2 weeks.
Again, the Carrollton 2024 season starts on 8/16, which is 3 weeks from today.
Juju comes out for his first game for Carrollton this year wearing the prime DT96 cleats.
And the buff towel, the famous towel.
With the buff towel right after he commits to Colorado.
But that's really the latest on him. It's been, as I said when On 3 was talking about him, like eerily quiet on his front.
Well, there just hasn't been anything new, you know?
Well, I mean, he's already gone on all his visits.
That's what I mean. No new visits. He hasn't done any interviews. He hasn't been in any camps. So there's a confidence, I think, in Buff Nation. But I I actually think in this, what do you think? No news, good news right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you take Indiana as a serious threat here? Kurt Signetti, heavy on the portal. Signetti said they're going to win. The relationship with Tino Sansiri.
How do you end up in what are we talking about?
Bloomington? Bloomington, is that what it is?
Bloom something, Indiana. How do you end up there as one of the top quarterbacks in the country?
We talked about how much we liked Signetti 2 years ago, though.
No,
remember?
I like Signetti. I believe he's going to do it, but like, does Juju Lewis seem like a Big Ten quarterback to you?
Big Ten's changing.
Stop.
It is. USC, Oregon, they're in there. Penn State's
all
got
of
a
their
5-star.
brands are going to be hurt because of it.
Who's going to be hurt?
USC, Washington. I think all of them are going to kind of lose their identity in the Big Ten. Look at Nebraska, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Nebraska's program ended in September, or in November of 2001.
Right.
But they've completely lost their way in the Big Ten.
I think Oregon's got too much momentum to really have that happen to them right now.
Oregon will probably be fine, but I still think they're going to turn into a different program. They're not going to be that like fun, flashy speed program anymore.
I mean, Ohio State's fast-paced, man. Like, you can make it happen there.
Yeah.
What PJ Fleck was doing at Minnesota, like...
Your Michigan colors are showing. You're being too defensive of the Big Ten.
I'm not trying to be defensive. I'm trying to explain the Big Ten to you.
No,
here.
I know. I just think the Big Ten is a boring football conference.
Jesus. See, you're like baiting me with it, though. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
I actually believe that. I'm not just baiting you. Michigan and Ohio State are in a class of their own. But Big Ten football is not cool.
All right. With all that, then someone mentioned in the chat Evan Haynes, because his commitment is August 6th, I believe.
Oh.
So we're between the 6th and 16th, you think, for Juju?
Yep.
We'll see then.
But can I add one more thing?
Yeah, please.
How about Nebraska copying our recruiting techniques?
And the fact that they did it wrong and had a current player do it, which is a recruiting violation, so they had to delete it, yes?
Oh. I didn't know that.
That's why it's gone.
What was the wrong thing? He's not allowed to pick him up?
I don't think that you're allowed to, like, as a current player, like, Shador didn't do any of that.
No, of course not, but we obviously have been defenders of players recruiting.
Right. But not like, I mean, you can do that for like portal, I think. But when you're like blatant like high school recruiting as a current player, I think it's.
All right. I honestly don't know. I could see there being potentially an issue with organizing an event.
Yes, I think that's what it is.
But the funny part to me is just that Nebraska fans a month ago were talking about how, oh, this is cringe. They're too desperate. This is so cringy. Colorado's like moving mountains just to try and get a high school quarterback. Like,
Yep.
And now they're doing the exact same thing.
Yep.
And boy, did I touch a nerve when I called them out for it.
I mean, that's what happens, bro. Like when you're a hater, you end up like, you're honestly like secretly in envy.
Yes.
And then you start to adopt some of the things that you called out as a hater.
Totally. I mean, that's exactly what I said. I said, first they watch, then they hate, then they copy.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what's happening here. And Nebraska fans are trying to deny it. And one last thing about Nebraska. The funniest thing on the internet in the last 11 months, maybe 10 months, is Nebraska fans trying to act like they didn't get blown out against Colorado.
Do they just not think that last year mattered at all?
But no, they literally claimed that 36-14 wasn't a blowout.
The score should have been worse.
It should have been 36-7.
Yeah.
They got a garbage time touchdown, and they're like, that game wasn't a blowout.
Yep.
Imagine how delusional you have to be to think that.
There's something, man. There's something in the corn.
Down 36-7, 59 minutes into the game. Not getting blown out.
Yep.
Insane.
They're weirdos. Do you like money?
Love it.
Do you like saving money?
I like earning money better, but I also like saving it.
Well, we're going to talk about saving money
Okay.
with our friends over at Mint Mobile right now. You can sign up right now for $15 a month when you purchase the 3-month plan. Cell phone providers are, we've all had our gripes and concerns with them, right? Hidden fees.
Yes.
Sign on the dotted line, then all of a sudden there's all these other things all these other hoops you got to jump through to get your deal. None of that at Mint Mobile. To get this new customer offer for your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, you got to go to mintmobile.com/buffs. That's mintmobile.com/buffs, BUFFS. We got tons of people in the chat who are fans and subscribers on Mint Mobile. And they can cut if you're a new customer, you can cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/buffs. $45 upfront payment required. That's equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speeds slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. You got this?
Yeah, also shout out to UC Health. Make sure you head over to uchealth.org/tomorrow to learn what it means to live like there is a tomorrow. UC Health doing some amazing things in our community as it relates to bringing awareness to mental health, eliminating the stigma around mental health. And how about it? Coach Prime partnered with UC Health to try and make Colorado the fittest state in America. UC Health is obviously originally was part of the CU family and is doing great things in the community. So again, to learn more about what UC Health is doing and to learn what it means to live like there's a tomorrow, head over to uchealth.org/tomorrow. Jake, we have, usually when we touch a nerve, we've done it on purpose.
Right.
We've accidentally touched a nerve with our headline today because people are very upset that we say commitment date.
I'm not taking responsibility for this.
No. Why would you take responsibility?
Because it's our show.
Oh, no, this was on me. But I just think it's funny. Like, usually I'm trying to troll people. This time we just accidentally trolled people. I think decision date would probably be a better term. But people are like, his commitment date was August 22nd of last year. So, sorry.
They know what we're talking about.
Of course they do.
All right. Let's draft.
Let's go. Do you have the previous board?
I'm looking it up now.
Uh-oh. Seems a little late for that. This one you do have to take responsibility for.
I mean, there were some players on there that we took that are gone.
Okay, well, that's good. That means we open up some...
I mean, I'm pretty sure Dylan went, Cormani went, Alto might have gone. So, yeah.
Alto was on the board? Jeez.
I'm sure.
That's just some new spots opening up.
We were there was a lot of momentum with Alto until he entered the portal. Remember?
Yeah.
He was talking about how he's gonna be the lead back. Anyways, we don't have to go into old stuff. Okay, so obviously Travis and Shador excluded. What?
Watching you scroll through this is just funny to me. He's scrolling just crazy.
I'm almost there. I'm in March.
All right.
You remember the Pac-12 tournament? That was a fun time.
Damn, dude. What a sad ending to that, but it was a hell of a week.
It was.
How have we been to Vegas so much?
I am glad we do not have to go back for a long time.
The last one was the most tame I've ever been in Vegas.
Yeah, did you go out much?
I mean, I was out, but I didn't do any like 4 a.m.ers.
Yeah, man, I don't know how you do that stuff. Do you want to go first here?
Well, I need to know what the board is, bro. I just assumed you would be prepared for this when you came up with the idea.
Well, I forgot. You know, I walked into work today. The Olympics were on. I realized I could actually order a chicken Caesar wrap from the bar.
It actually is gas that the bar is open. I'm going to.
All right, you ready?
Straight down there. I haven't eaten any food since lunchtime yesterday. Is that bad?
Yeah, that's not great. Are you ready?
I just forgot.
Were you playing
Yep. I was playing.
He played a lot yesterday.
I was ripping CFB, and then I woke up this morning and had to rush out to go to the golf course. I guess I had a bag of chips at the golf course. That's the only food I've eaten since my.
I actually
sandwich.
didn't play yesterday.
Wow, what'd you do?
Well, I had a buddy who wanted to play Rocket League. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I was Team Travis Hunter. You were Team Shador.
Are you sure you didn't go back to 2022?
I'm positive, bro. January 29th, 2024.
Okay.
You had Shiloh, Will Shepard, Cam, Samuel Okunlola, and LeJontay Wester.
What a team.
I had.
God damn, I went off.
I got ravaged, man. I had Dylan. I had Preston Hodge. I have Quincy Wiggins. I had Cormani and Chidoze.
Ooh, okay. You lost 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
You lost 40% of your team.
Yep.
I'm locked in still with everyone. Okay, I need to like pull up a list here just so I can go. My team is, since you lost 2 players, you can have the first pick.
All right. Oh man, with that pick then, I will be selecting Dallin Hayden.
Nice pick. Okay, are we just gonna go alternate here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I am going to take. Oh man, there's 2 guys I really want. I'm gonna take BJ Green.
Nice.
Yeah.
So teaming BJ up with Sam Okunlola.
I'm so sad that I can't use BJ Green in my dynasty right now.
Do we have any word on that? Have we gotten a roster update at all recently?
I think there has been updates, but I don't know.
All right. I will go with Dayon Hayes.
Nice. Great pick. He is your guy, too.
He is my guy.
It's like we have Team Shador and Team Travis. We also have Team Sammy Sachs and Team Dayon Hayes.
Yep.
All right. My guy's still... Wait. I think my guy's still on the board.
Who?
Jimmy Horn.
Jimmy Horn is available.
Let's go.
All right. I will take... So I've got a running back. I've got an edge rusher. I'll just take Omarion Miller then.
Yeah, your guy as well.
I'll just do it. Yep.
It's so funny how, like, I don't know, your brain just like, everyone's brain kind of gravitates towards certain players.
Yeah.
And sometimes you like meet someone who is like in lockstep with you, you know, and you're like, I don't know. It's so interesting to me.
No, when you like draft in a fantasy football draft with like the same guy that like you do your research with, and you're like, I need to stop telling this guy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm between 2 guys who play the same position ish. Because I think he is going to have an absolute all-conference level season.
All right.
I want Tyler Brown.
Ooh, great pick. See, that's both of our guy.
I know.
All right. The chat is saying Colton Hood. I'm thinking about it.
Brandon Hood has ascended to God status in my dynasty league or in my dynasty online.
How many times a game do you run that play?
Which play? There's like
The
10
jet
now
sweep
that I have.
one.
Like 5?
The touch pass.
5 times a game, but now I have I line him up wide and just run him on a streak.
Unreal. Is Dallin Hayden still leading the Heisman with his passing stats?
No, Brandon Hood is not leading the Heisman.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Dallin Hayden is 3rd.
That's insane. All right, I will take Jordan Seaton. No, I'm going to take DJ McKinney.
Ooh. I like that. Okay. I will take... Fine, I'll just go right back to the well here. The other guy that I was deciding between. Give me Justin Mayers.
2 offensive linemen.
Yep.
All right.
We're getting gritty.
Okay.
My guys are getting gritty this year.
3 trench players, too, at BJ Green.
Yep.
Will Shepard is taken, guys. You took him back in January.
Yeah. He's already off the board. We need to probably show the people
I'll send it.
the other list just so they got it. And then after my 5th pick, should you get to fill in the other ones? Or
That'd
are
be
you
nice.
just SOL?
No, that'd be nice. All right, I sent it to you, Alyssa. When we're done with this, you can pull it up. All right, last pick. I got a running back. I got an edge rusher. I got a wide receiver. I got a cornerback.
I already have Cam Brandon, just so you know. He was on my first iteration of my guys.
You have Cam and Shiloh, which is... That's rough for me. I'm just going to take our guy then, man. Nikai Hill-Green.
Ooh, such a good pick. Such a good pick. Honestly, the list that I'm looking at kind of did me dirty by not showing me him. But that's on me for not thinking of him on my own. Okay, great pick. I hate to do this knowing that you have more picks behind this because I was just waiting for all the players to be off the board. Or at least this version of the players to be off the board. But I got to take them no matter what.
Okay.
With the last pick of my guys, 2024, there will be no more of my guys. This
is it. Yeah, this is it.
The last pick. Give me mate.
Let's go. Great pick. Awesome pick.
Gotta have him. Mark Bassett. That's our guy. I don't know what to say. Like, he's legitimately my guy. So
that's awesome. So there it is. The final round.
You don't want to...
No, I'll pick him.
Okay.
Do you want to show the... whenever you're done, Alyssa, the last one we did? So I do get 2 more guys, I guess.
You really shouldn't, but I like this segment, so I'm going to let you do it.
I mean,
anyway.
it doesn't... It's not like we're going to add 2 more to the graphic here. When we put it out
I know, but like that's why it's more like a formality.
I mean,
your guys did you dirty, you know? What can I say?
I mean, Cormani's whatever, but yeah, Dylan, that one stings a bit. I'm gonna take Anquin Barnes with one.
Ooh, okay.
And then I'll just take Jordan Seaton with the other.
Nice. Copying me a little bit by going into the trenches, but that's okay.
I haven't taken a trench player.
Just kidding.
I did before right there with Chidoze and Quincy, I guess. But
yeah. Quincy is going to be so interesting to see if he can kind of pop off.
Who got snubbed in this draft?
There's so many fun players.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Sam Hart?
Honestly, if I'm just thinking of like my guys, Caleb Mathis would be around my list somewhere. Carter Stoutmeyer would be around my list somewhere.
Tajay McCoy, that's a good one, Nicholas.
Rayan Buell.
What about Unk, TC, Torian Carter?
Yep. Camden Dempsey.
JB.
Yes, JB snubbed for sure. Mata.
He is my guy, but Zach Owens, I don't know how much we see of him this year, but that's my guy.
Yep.
Amari McNeil's also a good one. Colton Hood did get snubbed, yep.
All right.
August Dave, maybe?
Maybe.
Micah Welsh.
Charlie Offerdahl. Hank Salinskis.
Benson.
Yep. I already stacked up my team with offensive linemen, though. I couldn't go three out of 5. Baby
Cordell,
Tio.
That one's a good one, too, although I don't know how much we see of him on the field this year is the thing.
It could be anyone.
It could. All right, it's time to chill.
Let's go.
With our friends at Coors Light.
Coors Light Friday.
Yeah, we're going to be having some Olympics on here at the bar. When's the golf tournament again? Like the 16th?
August 16th.
So we have a golf tournament going on the August 16th. We're going to have some, I'm assuming, some more video game tournaments here at some point. But either way, the season's starting soon, so just come hang out at the DNVR bar and just watch some football with us here in the next few months.
Drink Coors Light.
And drink some Coors Light. We've got the Stubby banquet beers. We've got the Silver Bullets. We got it on draft. You can get it delivered straight to your door, though, with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Make the most out of the times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Also, shout out to Circa Sportsbook, one of the last of a dying breed, which is sportsbooks who handcraft their lines, meaning they are made by humans, not a series of computer simulations. And that's a really cool thing to me, and it also ends up being a benefit for the bettor. They actually make their prices to compete with their competitors to give you a better price so that you go over to Circa Sportsbook. They're not as much about the gimmicks and the boosts and this, that, or the other thing. They're just about giving you better value on your picks. So if you're someone who, puts in a dozen bets a week, heck, even five to 10 bets a week, over the course of a year, your winnings that you'll get at Circa for getting better odds will end up paying you out over time. So make sure you check out Circa Sportsbook Colorado and download the app at circasports.com. Circa Sports bets can only be made while physically located in the state of Colorado. Must be 21 or older. All rights reserved. Circa Sports Colorado encourages you to gamble responsibly. And if you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a great comment from Wayne. He said, the problem is we know this team so well. Everyone is everyone's pick. Feel bad for other fan bases who don't get to know their team. And I honestly believe that.
Dude, we literally, know a decent amount about the third-string kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
At least the current third-string kicker. If you said his name, people would know who you're talking about.
Right. The fact that Camden, that's more of a Coach Prime thing. But,
yeah. Still, no one else knows their walk-on long snappers.
Well, Brandon Hood's one of the favorite players on this team, and he's projected, 4th, 5th string right now?
Right. And that's not a knock on him. It's
no,
just
of course.
Dallin Hayden, Michael Welch,
August Dave,
Charlie. Yeah. And Charlie.
Yep.
He's going to fit in somewhere, but it's unbelievable the way that the access to this team lets you know these guys.
Yep.
There's 85 scholarship players, and I've said this before, but if we just brought in a random person from the chat and just said, name as many players as you can off the top of your head,
oh yeah,
they would get way up there.
Oh, they'd probably be able to name on average 30 more players than the next average fan of Florida or something. You know what I mean?
Man. I know for certain we could go too deep at every position. Again, this is not looking up at anything. And probably even more. Wide receiver, you can name 10 of them at least.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a special thing that we're getting to experience. No one knows their team this well.
I love it. We'll just hit this real quick then. Every camp, doesn't matter if it's NFL, college, high school, youth football. Before the season, there's always standout players. And I'm not talking, the quarterback, your best player. So in this case, Shedeur Travis Hunter, but a guy like a Charlie Offerdahl.
Yeah.
Or Israel Solomon last year.
I call it a camp darling.
Yes.
It's all of a sudden everyone starts talking about this guy. It happens especially in Broncos camp.
Yep.
Or NFL camps because the media is watching every day and they're like, this Jordan Sunshine Taylor is making plays every single day.
Yeah.
And so guys make a name for themselves in that way. For us, it's a little bit more Omarion Miller keeps mossing people in well-off videos, and Dylan Edwards is Unk's player of the day every single day. Whatever it is, we get it in a different way. But when we're all done here, someone who wasn't on a My Guys draft or whatever is going to be the camp darling.
Yep.
So who you got? Predict it. Call it now.
Oh man. So does Michael Welch count after what he did in spring football? Because I think you could argue he's already
He was kind of the spring darling.
Right.
You could say he's going to go back to back.
I think that there's a solid chance he does, though.
Yeah.
I've been telling you guys, I think that he really is going to make some noise and make this running back competition a lot more interesting. Or the reason why it will be so interesting is because of him, I think.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you go freshman because I was going to go freshman too. And I'm in between two guys. Everyone can probably figure out who they are. They both play the same position. I think I'm going to go Cam Michael. Dang it, Cam Michael. I think that he just moves different.
Yes, he does.
And
joystick player?
Yes, he is a joystick player. And you're going to see highlights coming out of camp of him like catching a short pass, making one move, and just like going to the crib. And people are going to fall in love with him in that way. But it absolutely could be Draylen Miller in that same kind of role. He's different too, but like remember that highlight of him on 4th down in the state championship game, like juking 4 guys and getting across for the first down, or maybe it was into the end zone.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be one of those guys, but Cam Michael, his speed and just like there needs to be a word for just being a football player. You know what I'm saying? Like you just look at a guy sometimes and you're like, oh yeah, he's like in basketball you'd say he's a hooper.
Right.
I don't know. We need a
baller.
Yeah, kind of. That's also just stolen from basketball. He's the football version of a hooper.
Okay.
I don't know.
Playmaker.
I need a term for it. Playmaker is a good one, but it's just like, I don't know. You're just going to see like he just looks like he belongs out there.
I feel like you naturally gravitate towards younger players when we talk about things like this.
Yeah.
So, Cam Michael's a good one. I think of someone like Brandon Davis Swain, or honestly, how about Tajay McCoy?
Yeah.
It's time. We've heard a lot about Tajay McCoy. Everyone keeps saying that he's going to do great things. Why not have the breakout be this camp?
Absolutely. I also think Jimmy Horn could have a crazy camp.
Big year for him.
Yep. It's a huge year for him. And I just, I mean, playing the college football video game is obviously, it's just a video game, but lining it up out there and being able to go Will Shepard, Travis Hunter, Jimmy, and LeJontay is so dangerous.
Yep.
And it's just, it's going to be, you're not going to be able to defend them all every time. And I think that there's a chance that Jimmy ends up being maybe the best beneficiary of not being able to over focus on one player.
Jay Got the Juice says football version of a hooper is a dog.
I like that. Dog is a little different though, but it is close. You're definitely as close as you could be. I think you're right. But a dog also has to have a certain toughness and grit about them. Whereas like some guys, you just see them out there and you're just like, yep, you belong on a football field.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. And I'm not saying Cam doesn't have that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was going to mention someone else, but I lost it. But as Buff News Weekly says, why not Omarion again? After what he did last fall camp, the impression he made.
He also had some crazy catches in the spring.
Yeah. Why doesn't he just do it again?
He absolutely could. Cordell could make some crazy catches too.
Yep. Anyone else you want to throw out before we move on? I'd love to see Morgan Pearson and Savell Smalls. Some buzz about them behind Sam Hart.
Yep.
I think would be massive.
Yeah, I played TCal last night in CFB, and he was saying he's really excited about the tight ends, which is makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of in wait and see mode. By the way, tough series for me, but I feel like I got better, which was the goal of playing him in the first place. He's like that, which I already knew.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've kind of seen too. All right, so this came out today. There's lots of college football all-star games out there, but the East-West Shrine Bowl put out their, I guess, top 1,000 like watch list before the season. We have 12 Buffs.
Okay.
Shador Sanders.
Yep.
No Travis because it's usually a senior.
Yeah.
So, Will Shepard, LeJontay Wester, Khalil Benson, B.J. Green, Deion Hayes, Nakai Hill-Green, Preston Hodge, Jimmy Horn Jr., Travis J., Tyler Johnson, and did I say Amari McNeil?
I don't think so.
Amari McNeil.
That's a long list of guys that are going to contribute this year.
Yep. Well, we'll get a Senior Bowl one, I'm sure, at some point too. But last year, I think we only had Zay really on it.
Not a lot of seniors last year.
Jordan Dominic was probably on a few.
Yeah, for sure.
It's probably about it. Taj, yeah.
I don't think we know. Oh, I guess Passarello medical retirement. Did you hear that?
I can't remember what happened exactly. It was a weird thing. I remember when it happened, we were doing something and I told you.
Yeah.
And it was just like we might have been in Vegas.
Yeah, I think we were at Media Day.
I don't know. He's not very active on Twitter. It still has all his Colorado stuff. But
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry. Anything else before we get to questions?
I think that's it.
All right, who's up? Jared asked DNVR Bar going to be showing Olympics. Yes, sir.
As we speak, if you can't hear the weird opening ceremonies music in the background.
Yeah.
Not an opening ceremonies guy.
Me either. Alyssa was watching, though.
I liked it. Well,
do you have thoughts on the opening ceremony, an early grade, if you will?
I like it. It's just too vast. Like, they're trying to do too much.
Okay.
Some would say I'm about that action, boss. Let's play some sports.
Yes, exactly. We're in Paris, right? Yep.
Yeah. That just made me hungry for a Parisian sandwich.
Bar's open, brother.
I don't think we have a Parisian.
Dave asked, do you think we have any surprise additions to the roster like Juju last year? We didn't even know until people spotted him in practice on a well-off video. We talked about this earlier in the week. I don't think it's surprised either of us. But when you think of like positions that they would target, I don't know, tight end, maybe another corner.
I think if someone pops up around the country that's a good player, they would take them. They have space on the roster, I'm pretty sure.
I think they do. But yeah, it's obviously tough to say right now, but it wouldn't be a surprise.
Someone asked what were the scores in the games against TCal. Not as close as I would like them to be. I think I don't want to underestimate, so I think I'll overestimate. But I think I lost by 3 scores in both games. Both times I fumbled, which was annoying, but I definitely wasn't threatening to win. It could have been a little closer.
I am so sick of the roughing the kicker penalties in this game.
It's so stupid. But I have won 2 games because I was punting and they were going to get the ball with a chance to win, and I was the beneficiary of it.
I just punt safe man every time. It's not even worth it to try and like set up a return or go for a block. It's not worth it. Jermaine says, did y'all see the Olympic medals are being transported and presented in Louis luggage?
Damn, Coach Prime himself delivering them?
I mean, he's everywhere, but Paris right now is that's a lot.
Hopefully he doesn't miss a team meeting if he goes to Paris. People will lose their shit.
Or Shador's concert. Lil Bucket says, when's Juju commitment date?
Technically he doesn't have a commitment date, but he said he wants to have his recruitment wrapped up before he starts his senior season of high school football. And that is August 16th.
Yep.
Same day as the DNVR golf tournament.
Yes, sir. One of those events much bigger than...
yeah, dude, I really need to win one this year.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was getting at. TL says, any chance Coach Prime allows a player to wear 0 this year? I seriously doubt it.
I know. They've got Rain Buell wearing it in the game, and I'm just like, why are you doing this to him? Same thing with they've got Bent with his jersey rolled all the way up to his chest. I'm like, Coach Prime might get mad at him just for that being in the game.
Yeah, coach probably wouldn't let you leave the locker room with that.
No. I would actually love to see like a mic'd up of that happening.
They should do like a kind of like prank on him, something like that.
Yeah. All the players come out for practice.
Remember last year, what was this, his birthday? They were talking about like doing some prank and then they like called it off. Like, no.
Yeah.
He's going to get too angry.
I like pranking people, but sometimes it can go terribly wrong.
It can. LJ says, Coach RK, what team has been your biggest challenge in your dynasty so far?
Honestly, whatever teams the game just decides this game's going to be different.
So FCS Northwest?
Yeah, FCS Northwest was an absolute battle. I don't know. I lost to TCU last night. Should have just gone to bed, but I was feeling good. Vinny Touchdowns had just thrown 5 touchdowns in a game. And I was like, you know what? I'm in a rhythm right now. Let's play another one. And TCU came out, took away the deep ball, did a great job containing the edges for my speed players. And like slowly but surely, the game just slipped away from me. So they were tough. But the game is just, I have to give credit to the game because it does an incredible job of throwing curveballs at you.
Yep.
And you got to be ready to play. You got to be ready to catch them.
Yep.
And last night I just wasn't. I didn't have my best stuff. So I love that about it though. Like Madden, if you play CPU games, you could run the same play on every down, and just run up the score. Yeah. This is like they knew I wanted to go down the field and to the edges, and so they contained that. And I was like, this is impressive.
Deadbeat Bob, what's your favorite Olympic sport to watch?
This is a really good question.
I think I like the winter ones more than the summer ones.
Okay, so what's your go-to in winter?
I mean, hockey is like sick, of course, but
You can watch hockey all the time, though. You got to pick
I
one
know,
that's
but
new.
like if I'm gonna watch an Olympic sport, I'm gonna watch a sport I actually like to watch.
Fair.
I like the bobsled, the what's it called, the skeleton,
The luge, the skeleton. Yeah.
those are sick.
I like those too. I do like watching the races where you can see the competitors. You know what I mean? So bobsled is all one at a time.
Yeah.
So like you're trying to like envision like where they should be for the pace, and they do a good job. I like the big swimming relays.
Okay. I like the speed skating too.
Speed skating is sick.
Gymnastics by far.
Gymnastics is very, very cool. I like the team events and like I don't know. I could watch that for sure.
Yeah.
What's your favorite of the gymnastics events?
Any women's.
But
Oh.
which specific?
I think I like vault. It's
Okay.
always so cool.
The beam stresses me the fuck out. I almost can't watch the beam.
Yeah, that one too.
It's just like one little misstep and they're like they're
Yep.
going down. I think I like the floor though.
The what?
The floor routine where they like
Oh,
launch
yeah.
themselves and do like that shit's crazy.
Summer wise, I don't know. What would you pick summer wise?
Like I said, the swimming relays are my favorite.
Easy one.
Also
too.
the running relays. I just like the team where like you're just seeing your team try to catch up or whatever. Like
right.
during the Michael Phelps golden age, like watching them try to, as a team, because he was still going for the medal record or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it was a team event, so like the other guys had to step up. I thought that was sick.
Yeah.
All right, your favorite event's the skeet.
The what?
The skeet
No.
shooting.
Jesus. What else do we got? Jay, did you see Travis versus Deshae Frost in EA CFB? Deshae was undefeated until he lost to Kai Cenat, who lost to Ray from Taiwan. 10K bets, first edition Jordan, all on the line. Crazy. I did not see that. Sorry.
Do you know who Deshae Frost is?
I know who Kai Cenat is.
I do too.
No, I do not know who Deshae Frost is, though.
I saw Travis playing somebody.
He was streaming late. He was streaming when you were streaming. I was like, God damn, you
Yeah.
guys are insane.
Travis was playing somebody, I forget who it was, and they're like, dude, how do you know all the coverages? It's like crazy, the skill gap in terms of ball knowledge.
Bro, I was telling you, when he was playing NCAA Revamped in the Road to Glory earlier in the offseason, that's like what stood out to me was just how like instinctual he was, even like in that, and just how well he knew the game.
Yep, for sure.
That's it. It was a good week. Next week will be even better.
What was the score of the first game? Did he write that one in there? That one was, so I said 3 scores. That was right. 3 touchdowns in that one. Did he put the other one? Okay. The first one was more than 3 scores, 4 scores.
That's 3 scores.
Yeah, with extra point or with 2-point conversions. All right, so I was in the right ballpark.
Yeah, Travis has been going hard on the live streams.
It's kind of addicting.
It is.
Once you get going. Also, you make a couple pennies off an ad. Feels good.
I saw you running ads too. Yeah. I'll hook it up. I'll do one this weekend.
I need that programmatic rev.
I'm doing a show with B Watts on Sunday.
Hell yeah. There you go. If you need
I'll be on that.
If you're missing Jake's voice, look out for a stream, and then if not, tap in for B-Watch show.
There you go. I have no idea the schedule for next week, guys. I don't know. So
I'm guessing over under 24 hours before.
Before notice?
Yeah.
Under. I will find out Sunday. I guarantee it.
So less than 20. Okay. Less than 24 hours before we need to be there.
So yeah, it'd have to be Sunday at like 9 for me to get that. Yeah. To get that notice. It's definitely coming after.
Yeah, it's going. We're going under. It's going to be Sunday 9 p.m.
I was going to say like 6, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case either.
Yep.
Also next week we're changing the time.
Yes.
Depending on the schedule, but we will likely have to move the show back next week to around 3:15? 3:15-ish, just so you guys know for your schedule purposes. We'll obviously tweet it out when we know for sure.
Yeah.
But now with practices being in the morning, we got to go down there. We got to do interviews. We got to film content with Unk. And then there's other shows around here. So we're going to be moving to the afternoons for at least during camp.
Yeah, so bear with us with that. But I'll put out a tweet this weekend to remind y'all and stuff that we'll be going later. Anything else? I think we hit everything there.
Scale of 1 to 10. How excited are you for fall camp?
12.
Travis Hunter.
Just beyond stoked.
I guess
I can feel my soul returning into my body.
I guess I'm a 2 then.
Really?
For sure. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, damn, bro.
No, I think that this is probably... It's up there for the most excited and most optimistic I've ever been going into a season since I was a kid and I thought they were going to win the national championship every year. This is... I think there's like a weird cautious optimism within the fan base.
Right.
I think everyone is like a little bit too heavy on the brake.
You want us to coast more downhill?
No, I just think like hit the gas.
All right, hit the gas then.
Let's believe. I think this season has special written all over it.
I agree, man.
And I know it's just that Buffs fans have been hurt so much that they're afraid to be vulnerable. Look, which I understand.
I get it, but we got to throw that shit out the door.
I mean,
we got to.
I am the ultimate endorser of sports vulnerability. I think that when you get hurt by your team losing, it's actually like it just makes the wins that much better. If you try to emotionally protect yourself on both sides, then it just makes it not as fun. So
right.
The painful losses make the elation of the wins that much better.
That is true. Scott will definitely be back before the season. Tripod should play and stream games against each other. We need to do another CFB game here.
Very soon, you guys are going to learn of something that is happening, and we will be playing lots of CFB.
All right, there you go. Are we any closer to an expected date for the actual announcement?
Around Juju's commitment.
So no clarification.
No. Or Juju's decision. Sorry, don't want to offend.
We'll work on getting the game done at Folsom Field too. I mean,
I don't think it's actually gonna happen.
RG said it was gonna happen, bro.
I know. But he was just in a good mood.
No, we got to follow up. Come on.
We will follow up. But
At the least, we should have like you play Snelson or something.
yeah, I mean, we should be able to play a couple games if we're gonna set it
Right.
up. So we also got to play our golf match against the Snelson.
We only have so much more time left. We got to get on these things.
Yeah, I know. We gotta. Maybe we can go down there when Tyler Childers playing. He can play with us.
We're not going to talk about Georgia.
Another?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
No.
It's not good, man.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's not do that on the end of the show on a
Yes.
Friday.
But super stoked for what's going to come next week. There'll be lots more content. I think you could expect the daily takeaways videos again.
Yep.
I think we'll be able to go up with the later showtime too, be able to go up and do more live shows from Boulder during the week as well.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Hopefully
Very
that
true.
means not just more Neely, but more coaches, more players, just people around the program on the show.
100%. And everything we're doing this year, we're trying to do it bigger than last year.
Yep.
So, and also good early returns on the idea of us being at practice.
Yes, I'd say so.
It's like good early returns.
It was encouraging.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. All right.
So stay tuned. We'll be back on Monday. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.